Okay, John, whenever you're ready.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday. It's great to have you here. For those of you on the Zoom, you can actually talk to me directly if you have questions. And for those of you on Facebook, I will be reading your messages. There just went on right now, so there we go. Okay, well, welcome. Good to see everybody. So there were some questions last week. Ian asked a question about the Alvaro Gray's and Joseph's Gray. So I thought I would paint those out today. And then I don't know if some of you do this, but each week, and I think it's Giovanni that paints them out and does a wonderful job. There's colors. I'm not going to share the colors because I want to see if we can guess what they are. They're like this. And we're going to paint those out today. So quite beautiful. And we can talk about the properties, etc. Okay. So with that, I'm going to put the camera down. Take this. There we go. I finally have all the equipment to set up the studio. Now it's the time to set it up. All right. So I thought what we'd do today is just really quickly look at the different grays. Hello, Rick. And we made these in collaboration with the artists because these artists get asked so many times how they come up with the gray, etc. And they wanted to make something very simple for the student. And then as the student goes along, they can actually do it with their own colors. So we'll do this one. Alvaro's Caliente is Alvaro's favorite gray. Jeans. Okay. Hello, Mark. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is going to be Joseph Zbuvic. I'm sure I'm not saying that exactly right, so Joseph, I apologize for that. I live my life as a Kugli versus a Cogley. I understand that. So this is Joseph's cool gray. And now I'll put right beside it. We'll do the neutral. So this is going to be the neutral gray. So that's neutral gray. It's more bluish, more black. Hello, Anika. Hello, Giannis. Hello, Pamela. And this is going to be Joseph's warm. So Joseph's warm. Joseph's warm. Hello, Raffaele. So Joseph's cool, neutral, warm. Joseph's cool is cobalt turquoise, quinacridone violet, and lamp black. That's this one right here. And then Joseph's neutral right here is ultramarine blue, bone black, and graphite gray. So it's ultramarine blue, bone black, and graphite gray. You kind of see that graphite gray up in here. And then for Joseph's warm, this is yellow ochre, quinacridone violet, and lamp black. So those are the three. Those are Joseph's three blacks. I'm going to make this go a little higher, I think. Let's see if I can get a little more to view. Let's see if it likes that. Yeah. Okay, so those are Joseph's. The next two are Alvaro's. And so this is Alvaro's Fresco. So it's cool. Alvaro's Fresco. Low tone. Norway and Sweden are beautiful places. I really enjoy them both. Okay, and this next one is Alvaro's Caliente, Alvaro's Warm. So Raphael says, what a synchronicity. I just did a study on DS grays yesterday. I also mixed them up with titanium gray. That's cool. So with Alvaro's, the Fresco, this one, which is the Fresco, is the ultramarine blue, ultramarine violet, and titanium white. So ultramarine blue, ultramarine violet, titanium white. And then the Caliente is burnt sienna, on John's finger, burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, and lamp black. And I'll do jeans last, but there's kind of how they look. You kind of see that bluish right in there. Okay, got Jane's. This is Jane's gray. And Jane's gray is ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. So that was to answer Ian's question, which I told him I would do, is to show you what those look like. Any of those you want to see mixed or?
Can you spray those with the sprayer, John?
Yes, I will, but I think what I'll do is I'll do, because this paper is just one thirsty paper. So I think I need to actually, yeah, they're not going to move. But what I can do is just do it again. So this is Joseph's cool. I guess it does move a little bit. At least the last one moved a little bit. Joseph's cool.
John, excuse me, can you repeat the colors that Joseph's School is made of?
Sure. Which all of the Josephs?
Yes, please, because I noted down the other three, but not Joseph's.
Absolutely. So Joseph's Cool Gray is cobalt turquoise, quinacridone violet, and lamp black. Joseph's
Quinacridone,
neutral.
one moment.
Yeah.
Quinacridone violet and lamp black.
Yep.
Because I'm writing it in the chat.
Sure. And then the neutral gray is ultramarine blue, bone black.
Which one? Lamp black.
The neutral gray is ultramarine blue, bone black, and graphite gray.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
warm gray, Joseph's warm, is yellow ochre, quinacridone violet, and lamp black.
Sorry, again. Yellow ochre.
Yellow ochre, quinacridone violet, and lamp black.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Gabriel, any of the ones you want to see, I can actually wet them out again and put it down.
Yes, can you do the last of Alvaro one?
Yes. So Alvaro is the fresco. And let me just do some, scroll it down.
Very nice.
Okay. Claudia and several others talk about how they warm up or cool down their own blacks and grays. And that's kind of what's going on here. Also with Lauren, you know, he made his Lauren the black to be able to warm it up or cool it down. So it's at the discretion of the artist. Hello, Anna Marie. I saw you come on. I don't see you up there, but I know you just came on. So here in Seattle at 2:13, we're almost dark outside. We should be pitch black by 4 o'clock, 1600. It's that crazy Northwest. So looking at these is like looking out the window. But now, we'll bring in some other colors. We'll bring in some San Diego colors. Did you enjoy last week with Jane?
Oh, very much so.
Very much.
I had to
Go on.
mix our palette after that. I was so excited.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, she's probably, she answers everybody's questions. She's very extremely giving.
Her blog
very
is
patient.
amazing.
Very patient. Her blog is really good.
Yes.
Okay, put these to the side. Hello, Caroline. James, these were Joseph's colors. These were Alvaro's colors, and this was Jane's gray. So in Joseph's, it's the neutral, the cool and the warm. Alvaro's, it was the fresco and the caliente, and in Jane's, it was the Jane's gray. So that's what we're showing here. Okay.
Looks like quinacridones.
Aussie red gold, Cadmium orange, scarlet, hazy yellow deep.
So I learned so much showing up here each week, John, and I'm just curious. I even looked up the different spelling for the word gray, and it talked about the whole different Webster book changing of the word gray being European and American. And why have you chosen the word gray, the different spelling for the
G-R-A-Y versus G-R-E-Y?
Yeah.
Because we are an American company. So we just chose the way that we spell it here. Not right or wrong. It's just, you know.
No, not. Yeah, totally from a positive side. I noticed that one was with E and then one was with A.
Yep. So if you're in many parts of the E, you would spell it with the E. Certainly in the UK, you spell it with the E. Which is pretty cool.
For sure.
Transparent. Oh, this is permanent yellow deep. Somewhere I missed.
So continuing along that thought, I'm wondering, does that mean that Payne, whoever Miss or Mr. Payne is from Europe, and the rest of the Joseph and Alvaro and Jane are all from America?
Jane is from Australia. Joseph is from he's from many places, but Australia. And then Alvaro is both Australia and Uruguay.
And Australia's British, isn't it?
I don't think Australia would say that.
It's independent,
Yes.
but it's part of the orbit a little.
The UK, right?
It's called the Commonwealth, I think.
Oh, okay.
So I
Thanks.
think it means that it's, you know, related on a dotted line there, maybe. I'm not quite sure, but.
I went to a British high school, and I think a lot of the teachers I had still consider America as a, you know, historically as a colony, and they don't forget that.
I think the world's a very small place, and you know the way that we touch each other in just about everything. Older I get, the smaller the world becomes, and I think that's more of a beautiful thing than not a beautiful thing. So, love
No
different
question.
cultures, different dress, different. I mean, there's a beauty in that everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to go with the bright colors to begin with, and then we'll do a second set of 15. So this is actually part of, this is done, I believe this is done each Thursday. And let me show you the ones I'm going to do. And Giovanni, who's on there, does a great job in painting these out. So this is what we're going to do right here. And so each Wednesday, there's related colors, just so you can kind of see them. I thought, well, this would be a nice day for me. I think for you, because outside it's getting darker and it's going to be pitch black in another hour. So this is kind of neat. For the next 2 hours, for the next 2 months, we're going to be in darkness here in Seattle. Okay, so we're going to start out with probably one of the most popular colors. Aussie red gold. And then we'll look at Cad Orange Hue. Cad Red Scarlet Hue. So Carolyn says, we have so many great artists in Australia. Yes, you absolutely do. We are a Commonwealth nation. We use traditional English in our writing and language. Yellow Deep.
Very blurry. Can you get it into?
As soon as I put 2 colors down, the camera will focus. Right now, it's just looking at this big piece of white paper. Here, I'll do this. Until I put colors down, it's not going to focus because there's too much white. But there we go.
Thanks.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. This isoindolin, do any of you use the isoindolin yellow? Such a pretty yellow. Lemon yellow. Gamboge.
So John, this range that Giovanni made, is there it on the website?
It's on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these are all posted on Facebook. I mean, there's one each week. So you can actually go back, each week and see the ones that were picked.
Thanks.
Yep. So it's week after week after week.
Great.
So Giovanni's showing them. Yeah, it goes back for months and 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 months. And they also do the what color is it? It's What Color Wednesday. Is that correct? I believe it's What Color Wednesday.
Yes.
That you can actually
On
get
Facebook?
the next day on Facebook. Ethel, is it on YouTube as well?
No, it's in Facebook and Instagram.
So Facebook and Instagram.
That's awesome.
Okay, so we're going to start with. These are like super, very happy colors.
Hanno scoperto adesso io. Non so cazzi.
So I'll put one more down and it'll go back into focus. I don't know how to turn off the balancing. But with 2 of them, it'll focus. There we go. So Aussie red gold, cadmium orange hue. Very vibrant. Yeah, it kind of looks like the some of the maple leaves in my front yard kind of have this tinge of the Aussie red gold. And I love those big leaves until they block up my my gutter and I have to go up 20 feet to get them out of the gutter, then I don't like them so much. So this is Cad Red Scarlet, Cad Red Scarlet. Cad Red Scarlet. This is going to be Hansa Yellow Deep. Hansa Yellow Deep.
I have to agree with the comment from Elisa. She says these look like yummy colors of leaves.
They certainly are happy colors. So this is Indian Yellow. Indian Yellow. A little bit more yellow than the Hansa Yellow Deep. And this one looks like this is Isindolin yellow, and it, here in the U.S., Washington, probably San Diego as well. This is the color of like school buses. It's that kind of orange color. At least as I remember it. It's been a while. This is lemon yellow. It's a very light yellow. So there's a spreadsheet on the Daniel Smith site that will tell you all the characteristics of all of the colors. It's also one that tells you all of the stories of all of the colors, if that's something that's of interest to you. And this one, what do you think that one is? Any idea?
Cadmium Yellow.
Yellow? It is New Gamboge. New Gamboge. There we go. Yeah. So we have the Aussie Red Gold. The Aussie Design Color Guide, yes. Aussie Red Gold, Cad Orange U, Cad Red U. This is the Hansa Yellow Deep, Indian Yellow. This is the Isindolin Yellow, Lemon Yellow, and New Gamboge. Very bright.
And those all came out of a box set?
No. I have all the colors behind me and I go through before we have a presentation on Thursday and Friday and I pull them all out.
Oh, gotcha.
So you can see just what we've done so far. There's a great difference between, these are doing drawdowns, but the vibrancy on what you can get on a computer is greatly different than what you can get in front of yourself. That's why the dots are so neat, is because you can actually see what the color looks like. It just makes it really kind of cool. So on the Alvaro Gray, and I think this might have been what somebody was asking. Maybe it was you, Gabriel. And this is the, so here's the Josephs and the Alvaros, because kind of honoring our three artists, these are all spelled EY. So many of our colors are AY, but because of the artists and where they come from, we made these EY. And maybe that's what you noticed. So we have AYs and EYs.
Correct. And I think it was maybe titanium gray was with an A.
Yes, because we make that here, it's
Yeah.
made. Yep.
Now, also on that tube of Alvaro's, it has the colors written on the tube. Is it kind of like an ingredient on like, you know, a food product? Like the first one that's listed, is that like the most of the pigment?
That is correct. That is correct. So that's correct on the color chart, and it's also correct on the tube. So what Gabriel asked is, when you look at that, and for example, if you look at Aussie Red Gold, Aussie Red Gold is made with diolide yellow, transparent red oxide, and quinacridone red, PY83, PR101, and PV19. And they're in that order. So there's more of the diolide yellow than there is the transparent red oxide. There's more transparent red oxide than there's quinacridone red. I mean, they can be equal, but it goes from most to least. Yep, good insight. Absolutely right.
You made it sound much more professional than me.
It was good for you to notice that. So let me bring these back one more time so we can see them. I kind of like to see as things start to, start to dry. So there's the Alvaro and the Josephs and the Jane as they start to dry. You definitely see more of a blue than in here we see it's much more black, much more black. Okay. So let me clean this out. Are any of these you want to see mixed?
What was the third one over from the first? Yeah.
This one?
Yeah,
This
I'd
is
actually like this.
This is the Cad Red Scarlet.
Can we
Cad
see
Red
that
Scarlet
mix?
Hue.
Can we see that mixed with the Naples?
Yes, of course. So Queen Gold here. Do you want this right here? Mixed with, Naples is the only one normally in this right here. There is a Naples. I don't have the Naples with me, so can you choose another color?
Yes. What was the color on the very end?
This one right here. This
Uh-huh.
is New Gamboge.
New Gamboge. Can we
Gamboge.
see that mixed with
Yeah, of
the?
course. Yeah, of course.
I was going to ask for that one too.
What was that, Mark?
I was going to ask for that one too.
Oh. Pretty tasty.
That's pretty interesting. Okay. All right, we'll clean this off.
John, may I ask you to do something, please?
Yes.
Did all of these colors go dry, or are they still wet or not? They are dry?
They are, I was, right now,
Already dry.
they're dry. Which ones did you say? Because I can put some more color in.
Could you apply one brush stroke of Alvaro Caliente on top of all of these, but just like not very thick, like these ones that you did.
Absolutely.
And to mix around 50% water, 50% pigment of Alvaro Caliente. I would like to see transparency and how they are mixing Alvaro Caliente with each of these. So you could do with only one stroke, the same stroke that you did for all colors.
Of course, I will do that.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And John,
Yes.
I think it would be very useful for us if before you start, you put some black down, just a stripe of black on your page, and then we could get a better idea of transparency and translucency.
Absolutely. Next time I will do that. That's a great idea.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, my pleasure. Anything that's going to make it easier, yeah, I'm open for it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So Alvaro's fresco. Alvaro's Caliente. So, and did you want New Gamboge, Besnick, or some other color?
No, what is my idea is like you mix this one, this Alvaro Caliente, around 50% water, 50% pigment, and with that brush stroke, you just put on top of that all of those colors, just one horizontal line, which will be on top of each colors. I just want to see how.
Sure.
You understand?
John, do you have a flat brush nearby?
Yeah, that's a good idea, Gabriel. It can be with a flat brush. Like this one, yeah, John.
Like this one?
Yeah.
I think it's going to suck all the water.
Yeah, freely add more. It can be more transparent, more water.
This is an acrylic for acrylic.
Yeah, just like that. Oh, it doesn't have that much, huh?
Doesn't. It's the brush holds it. So let me try it with this other.
You can do with the same brush that you did the colors, John.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, and I'll put some water. Brush.
Yeah, this is what I was looking. Thank you so much, John.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. On a go-forward basis, I will put that black line down. Probably just use either a black gesso or a black acrylic so it won't lift. Okay. Now we have organic vermilion.
John, Letty is showing on screen.
The same passage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alvaro Caliente on the Ultimate Pixis palette.
Very nice. Orange.
George Anne Marie says she would like to see the technique repeated with lunar black.
I will have to do it next week because I have to find the lunar black. But glad to do it. Glad to do it. Again, for everybody, if there's something you want to see, if you leave it in the notes, I read your notes to get ready. So I'll pull out the colors. If you say, I'd like to see this one and that one, leave that in the notes because I always read the notes. With organic vermilion. Organic vermilion. I'll put one more color down for the focus. And this one is going to be the Paranormal Orange. So Paranormal Orange. There we go.
Giovanni has done the request with lunar. He's holding it up.
Oh, is he really?
God bless.
Thank you, Giovanni.
Thank you.
Permanent orange.
Weird.
Someone asked a couple of weeks ago, why is it called permanent orange? We have permanent green. When we first started making watercolors, that's what they were called in the market, so we gave them the same names. Permanent orange. This is going to be permanent yellow deep. Yellow deep. Pyro orange is kind of one of my favorites. It's pyro orange and pyro red. They're just so bright.
30 a.m.
I used the pyro orange in a painting today.
Did you?
And the pyro red.
All right. All right. Oh, very cool. That just dials right in as a center point, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, when you got a lot of greens,
yeah,
it's a compliment. Yep.
And this one's transparent power, which I think is a really pretty color.
1 hour, 15 minutes. Alam, you sure ba yung schedule?
Just so right. So Caroline says, and I will, so Carol said, New Gamboge yellow is great alongside nickel titanate yellow for Vincent sunflowers. I love Vincent sunflowers. Can you mix Aussie red gold with Joseph's warm gray? I can do that. Joseph's warm gray. And Aussie red.
Then needs to take photos, yeah.
And then James says, Bernie question, I've read amongst the quinacridones, there are some colors not represented, such as quin blue, quin green. Is there a reason limitation is production? Yeah, it's really, so that the one that really determines, they're chemists, and chemists are just really super bright people. But it really comes down to what is the marketplace? And quinacridones, this time I heard, quinacridones took about 25 steps to be able to produce. And there are millions, either millions or tens of millions of dollars to go into production of them. So they're not going to create anything that isn't going to have a payback. The neat thing for us is we're able to get very beautiful colors that are used in the car industry that have phenomenal qualities. So I think that's probably the main reason. But what I'll do is I will ask my chemist who will ask I will get that answer for you, James. It's a good question. Okay, so Aussie red gold. And Joseph's warm gray. Let me just spray this and say spray it. Let's make sure it looks like inside of the, looks like. So Joseph's warm along with Aussie red gold.
Ice cream, it looks almost olive,
Yeah,
but not quite undersea green.
Es como,
thank you, Caroline.
John, can we see organic vermilion mixed with permanent yellow? Pretty, please.
Oh, no, of course. Organic vermilion, and what was the other one?
Permanent yellow.
Permanent yellow. more than on my hands then. Just look at that. So the Joseph's Warm, Caroline, is yellow ochre, quinacridone violet, and lamp black. And then the Aussie,
Vermilion.
the Aussie is derreled yellow, transparent red oxide, and quinacridone red. So yeah, 6. The neat thing is it's it's three particles, which are then mixed dry together, and then gum arabic put inside to lock them down as a binder. And then the same thing with the other color. So even though there's 3, it's more like 1. Because if you did three separate colors, right? Each one of the colors, each pigment would be within its own gum arabic matrix, right? So if it had just one pigment, single pigment. And so if you tried to mix 6 of them, it's just a lot of gum arabic and you're gonna get mud. So that's kind of the neat thing about, having them encapsulated to start with within the color itself. Okay, so this is.
John, there's a question from Larry. I think it's more of like asking for suggestion. She said, is there a lavender that has golden undertones? I keep seeing that in nature, but do not know how to mix it. Use lavender gold or lavender yellow. Is that even possible?
I'd ask Caroline, Giovanni, Gabriel, Besnick, who are on right now, if they could answer that question. That's more of
our fellow artists.
Yes, they'd be really good. I think Carolyn says wisteria.
Okay.
How about the watercolor ground? A little bit of watercolor ground underneath, golden.
So the watercolor ground is going to lock. It's not for mixing. You can tint it, but it's not for mixing. Gabriel, is that what you wanted to see?
Try I use the layer on the paper, little layer before the lavender with gold.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, let me see.
So earlier today, I took lavender. Let me tilt the screen. So here is lavender. And right here is hands of yellow light. And it's mixed right here with the lavender, and that's what you get. But if I wanted more of a gold, I would probably lean more to the yellow ochre. Not sure if I answered your question.
I think it will
But
be
I would definitely
helpful.
take on that homework assignment.
Giovanni is watching it now.
Do you mind typing your mixed suggestions as an answer to Larry in the chat window so that we could also save it? Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you, everybody who answered that. Thank you, Caroline.
Iridescent gold.
Well, I was going to do another 15 colors, but we have like 6 minutes. It's amazing. There's like all types of time, and then all of a sudden there's no time left. Which I kind of like. It means it's a good session, which I really like. I love your questions, by the way.
I'd be selfish to ask to keep going, but that's just me.
I'm sorry?
I don't want to be selfish and ask you to keep going.
I can do some more. I'm glad to.
I'm still pinned on the screen, so I thought I'd say something.
Okay. So let me get a handful of the other colors I was going to show you. Slightly different. Second set was from this study that was done. And that's on Instagram, and it's also on Facebook. So Claudia says, duochrome violet pearl or duochrome maybe could be the color he's looking for. Thank you, Claudia. Okay, so let's look at some of these. A lot of quinacridones here. Bordeaux. It was hard for me to find Bordeaux in my Quinacridone Pink. Just kind of cool. Quinacridone Fuchsia. Potter's Pink, I think some of you asked about. And Quinacridone Violet. And Permanent Violet. So I think we do those pretty quick. No.
It's lavender with the Aztec gold.
I'm sorry?
Lavender with the Aztec gold, please.
Oh, cool. Aztec gold is a pretty color. That's a luminescent. Potter's Pink. Violet. Violet. Okay.
I might try with the sunstone.
Okay, so we start with Bordeaux. That Bordeaux looks just like wine, looks just like Bordeaux wine. And when I put the next one, it will, this is Quinacridone Lilac. So now it should focus. Let me see. This is Quinacridone Pink. So quinacridone, they're all 5 rings. So quin 5 ring structures. And so they're all made up of different alpha and beta particles on the rings, which causes their different shades. So that's the pink. This is the fuchsia. Wow, that's one bright color. It's the fuchsia. What color is that right there? Gabriel, is that you mixing colors?
That's the lavender with the goldstone. Sorry, sandstone, iridescent. And I'm probably leaning more to that. Hope that answered his question.
And that is Potter's Pink. This is Queen Violet. So Joe says nickel azo yellow could be used for gold. Okay, so that is the Queen Violet. And the last one is the permanent violet. There's the so that was the second set I was going to show you. This Giovanni does a really great job here because it's actually showing the drawdown and all kind of in all of its glory. So very, very nice job, Giovanni. Really nice job. So we have the Bordeaux, we have the Quin Lilac, the Quin Pink, Quin Fuchsia, Potter's Pink, Quinacridone Violet, and Permanent Violet. So very bright. We'll go back to here. So there's where we started. Right there. And then our second set of colors and mixes. And then our grays. Joseph, Alvaro, and Jane. You can kind of see that really kind of cool granulation. Okay. Well, catastrophe. There we go. So everyone, thank you for joining me. Tomorrow we have Sylvia from Costa Rica, and she'll be the artist tomorrow. She's a brand ambassador. It'll be very interesting for you to ask her questions. Thank you for joining me. It's always a blast. So Anna, Gabriel, Laurie, Mark, as always, Angela, Giovanni, thank you all for joining. And hope to see you tomorrow. Wish you a great day. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks, John. Bye.